Hi there. I get asked a lot how I do that halftone looking effect in my illustrations. And it's a real simple, very fast and dirty technique that I discovered entirely by accident in Photoshop. The first thing you will need to know how to do is to make a fill pattern. Um, there are plenty of those on the internet already, so I'm not going to go into that because, let's just keep this on point and quick. Um, this works with my stuff because I work in only cold and warm grays, occasionally neutrals and tones. But I noticed um, that the neutrals and the tones, that's what Copic Markers calls them, don't work as well with this. So if you got a lot of um, cold and warm, this may work. You may have to tweak the effect if you're working with color. But basically, here's how we start. Um, this is the raw scan of my Dark Angels tacticals. As you can see, like I said, it's all warm and cold grays. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. Next, I'm going to take that duplicated layer and I am going to I'm going to desaturate it. And then once I've desaturated it, I'm going to do a select by color. And typically, I'm going to grab a fairly dark color. And let's grab right around here. And then I'm going to set the fuzziness on this one. Let's set it to about 75, 76. Okay, and that gives us this dancing marquee. We're going to add a layer, and then we're going to come up, grab the fill option. I'm using these dots. I made it myself. They're warm gray dots. That's important because we're going to use a color burn layer, and that color burn is going to work really nicely with the warm gray dots. On this particular image's color palette, which, like I said, is warms and colds. Don't know how this would work on a color. I've noticed it's problematic with neutrals and tone. The less warm tone. So it is what it is. So this, now you can see here we've got these dots, right? And we're going to get rid of our marquee. Now, this is what it looks like before we change our layers. We're going to get rid of the gray one, and we're going to change the top layer to a color burn layer. And then you can see here that we've got some areas with the dots, like here and here and here and here. But I'm not satisfied with this, right? It just doesn't seem to have enough of a spread. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this layer, and we're going to repeat that process. This time I'm going to we'll keep the current selection. That's fine. I don't think there's a problem with the color, but I do think we didn't go enough on the fuzziness. So we're going to set that fuzziness up to about 125, which is pretty damn fuzzy. And I'm going to repeat that process, edit, fill, boom. And set that back to a color burn and get rid of a marquee. Now, see, there we go. See, there's that effect. So you got these dots coming in here and there, and then because of the way we've done this, you'll notice that they're not uniform. Sometimes they're very dark. Sometimes they're faded like this, and it gives it a nice weathered kind of old school comic book look, which is what I go to. I think in the actual final that I did for this, I actually got even more fuzzy. So I'll just do it one more time here for effect. Add a layer, select color range, and we'll just step that fuzziness up. let's go nuts. Let's make it 200. And add our fill. It's a pattern. And get rid of our marquee. And we will add the color burn. And there you go. See, and actually I think that's probably what I did on the final, because you notice there's a heck of a lot more dots here. And you can see that effect I was talking about more clearly now, where in those dark areas we get much more concrete looking dots, and in the lighter areas we're getting these little fuzzy dots. And that's how I do it. So play around with it, and if you find it useful, just leave me some comments or like it or do whatever. I might do these more often. So if there's enough interest, then subscribe, and that'll let me know that this is the type of stuff you find interesting. Talk to you later. Bye.